South Korea, officially known as the Republic of Korea, is located on the Korean Peninsula in East Asia. After the Korean War, which ended in 1953, the country underwent rapid industrialization and economic growth, transforming itself from a war-torn nation into one of the world's leading economies. This incredible rise is often referred to as the miracle on the Han River. The South Korean economy is a unique blend of high-tech industries, a strong manufacturing sector, and a thriving entertainment industry. Home to global brands like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai, it's no surprise that South Korea is an economic force to be reckoned with. And let's not forget the cultural phenomenon of K-pop and K-dramas, which have taken the world by storm and added an extra layer of allure to South Korea's international image. In this video, we'll discuss the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, covering topics like technological advancements, demographic shifts, and South Korea's role in the global economy. So, what will be the drivers of South Korea's potential growth in the next decade? One of the key drivers of South Korea's potential growth in the next decade will be its continued focus on cutting-edge technology and innovation. The country already boasts a strong foundation in technology, with a highly skilled workforce and leading companies like Samsung and LG. By investing in research and development, South Korea aims to become a global leader in fields like artificial intelligence, robotics, and the Internet of Things. In fact, South Korea's R&D spending reached 4.81% of its GDP in 2021, making it one of the highest spenders in the world. Another important driver for South Korea's growth will be its green and sustainable development initiatives. The government has announced its ambition to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, which will require a significant shift towards renewable energy sources, energy efficiency, and sustainable infrastructure. Investments in clean technology and renewable energy, such as solar and wind power, are expected to create new jobs and drive economic growth. South Korea's entertainment industry, particularly K-pop and K-dramas, is another factor contributing to the country's growth. The global popularity of South Korean culture has increased demand for Korean products and services, boosting exports and tourism. The economic value of the Korean Wave, or Hallyu, was estimated at around $12.3 billion in 2020. As South Korea continues to invest in its cultural assets, the entertainment industry's contribution to the economy will likely grow even more. Additionally, South Korea's strong manufacturing sector, especially in the automotive and electronics industries, will continue to play a crucial role in the country's growth. With companies like Hyundai and Kia leading the charge, South Korea is well positioned to benefit from the global shift towards electric vehicles, EVs, and advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS. In 2020, South Korea was the world's fifth largest automobile producer, with an output of 3.4 million vehicles. Demographic changes will also shape South Korea's future growth. The country is currently facing a rapidly aging population, with the proportion of people aged 65 and over expected to reach 25.3% by 2030. To address this challenge, the government is focusing on fostering a robust healthcare and biotechnology industry. This includes investing in medical research and technology, as well as promoting the growth of the pharmaceutical sector. In 2020, South Korea's pharmaceutical exports reached $11.7 billion, a 45% increase from the previous year. South Korea's expanding role in global trade and its strategic partnerships will contribute to its growth in the next decade. The country has been actively pursuing free trade agreements, FTAs, with various nations, such as the recently signed Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP. These agreements will open new markets for South Korean exports and encourage foreign investment, further strengthening its economy. Now, what are the obstacles that could potentially undermine its entire economic system? One of the main obstacles that could potentially undermine South Korea's entire economic system is its heavy reliance on exports. In 2019, exports accounted for around 43% of the country's GDP. This dependence on international markets makes South Korea vulnerable to global economic downturns and trade conflicts. For instance, the U.S.-China trade war has had ripple effects on South Korea, as both countries are major trading partners. Another challenge that South Korea faces is its ongoing geopolitical tensions with North Korea. The unpredictable nature of North Korea's regime and the possibility of military conflict can have significant consequences for South Korea's economy, affecting investor confidence and causing market instability. South Korea's rapidly aging population is another obstacle that could hinder its economic growth. The country has one of the world's lowest fertility rates, with just 0.84 births per woman in 2020. As the population ages, there will be an increased burden on the working-age population to support the elderly, leading to higher social welfare costs and a shrinking labor force. This demographic shift could result in slower economic growth and reduced productivity. Income inequality is another issue that could undermine South Korea's economic system. The country's Gini coefficient, a measure of income inequality, stood at 0.345 in 2020. Growing disparities in wealth and opportunities can lead to social unrest and a loss of faith in the economic system, potentially impacting consumer spending and overall economic stability. Moreover, South Korea's high household debt levels could pose a significant risk to its economy. In 2020, the country's household debt-to-GDP ratio reached a record high of 103.8%. High levels of debt can lead to reduced consumer spending and increased financial vulnerabilities, which could have negative consequences for the country's economic growth. South Korea's economy is heavily dependent on the success of a few major conglomerates, known as chaebols, like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai. While these companies have contributed significantly to the country's economic development, their dominance can stifle competition and innovation, as well as create a risk of economic instability if they were to face financial troubles. So, can South Korea's economy survive the coming storm? South Korea's economy has the potential to survive the coming storm of the next decade, thanks to its strong foundation in technology, skilled workforce, and robust manufacturing sector. However, its ability to navigate future challenges will depend on addressing pressing issues such as reliance on exports, an aging population, income inequality, and high household debt levels. By adapting its economic model, diversifying its industries, fostering innovation, and focusing on long-term growth and sustainability, South Korea can overcome these challenges and continue to thrive in the uncertain economic landscape of the future. Why is this so important to economists in Korea and the world at large? Predicting Korea's economy is essential to economists in Korea and the world at large for several reasons. As the world's 10th largest economy by GDP in 2021, South Korea plays a significant role in the global economy. It directly impacts international trade, financial markets, and investment flows. Consequently, understanding and forecasting its economic trajectory is vital for both domestic and global economic planning and decision-making. With its advanced technology and manufacturing sectors, the country produces and exports a wide range of products, including automobiles, electronics, and semiconductors. In 2019, South Korea was the world's 5th largest exporter, with total exports valued at $542.3 billion. Given its substantial role in international trade, fluctuations in South Korea's economy can affect supply chains, pricing, and trade balances globally. Economists need to keep a close eye on South Korea's economic performance to anticipate and manage any potential disruptions in global markets. South Korea's position as a significant player in the technology industry makes predicting its economy essential for understanding technological trends and developments. Companies like Samsung and LG are among the world's top producers of smartphones, displays, and other consumer electronics. Accurately forecasting the country's economic performance can provide valuable insights into the global tech industry, enabling investors and businesses to make informed decisions about their strategies and investments. In addition to its role in global trade and technology, South Korea is an important financial market player. The country's stock market, the Korea Exchange, KRX, is among the largest in Asia, with a market capitalization of around $1.9 trillion in December 2021. As a result, South Korea's economic health can impact investor sentiment and capital flows in the region and beyond. As tensions between North and South Korea continue to simmer, the potential for conflict in the region remains a significant concern. A stable and prosperous South Korean economy can contribute to regional peace and security by providing a counterbalance to North Korea's unpredictable regime. Economists and policymakers worldwide need to understand the factors influencing South Korea's economic growth to effectively navigate this delicate geopolitical landscape. By analyzing and predicting South Korea's economic performance, economists can identify the key drivers of its success and apply these insights to help other nations achieve similar growth and development. As the world grapples with the challenges of climate change and sustainable development, South Korea's efforts to transition to a greener economy serve as an important case study. The country's ambitious plans to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050 and invest in renewable energy sources can provide valuable insights into the economic and social implications of such a transition. South Korea is on the way to massive economic growth, but there are also indications that this bubble will burst sooner rather than later, and economies are watching developments closely. What do you think? Will South Korea survive the coming storm?